It may be a little late in the year, but the GT Formula V1 Challenge has returned and gotten off to an exciting start with round 1 consisting of 4 races at the Clark International Speedway. The new GT Formula V1 Race Challenge has roared back to life with a weekend of 4 races at the Clark International Speedway. And no one is as excited as GT Formula V1 race organizer JP Tuason of Tuason Racing School to again experience the sights, sounds, and smell of real racing returning to the Speedway.
Question is, how do we feel coming back to the real racetrack after a year and a half of being in lockdown? And I tell you, the feeling is fantastic. We are so happy to be here. I mean, we've been spending the lockdown in virtual mode. We've been racing online, and that has been great. But to be back on track, to smell the rubber, to smell the gasoline, and to see real action is fantastic. This weekend is the first weekend of the GT Formula V1 Race Challenge 2021, which is presented by Phoenix Pulse. And we've got really great drivers out there. We've got Daniel Miranda, we've got Milo Rivera, we've got Red Diwa, Yusi Hoika, and a host of new drivers to make this race series for 2021 super exciting. To make this race weekend happen, we have had to take a lot of safety precautions. You know, not only do we want to make the races exciting this weekend, but we also want to make it safe. We realize that COVID is still out there, so all of our drivers and all of our crew had to test before coming to the track. Everybody has to have masks, social distancing, we've got alcohol everywhere, and really the idea is to come into the race weekend without the virus, have a great race weekend, and leave without anybody getting infected.
The races were run with 2 classes competing, Pro and Am, with qualifying session held to set the starting grid for Race 1. The grid for subsequent races determined by the reverse grid rule. This resulted in exciting races with lots of passing. Daniel Miranda topped the Pro class in races 1 and 2. Milo Rivera ruled race 3. Yusi Hoika took the top of the podium in race 4. Julian Tang dominated in the Am class, winning 3 of the 4 races in round 1, with 15-year-old Joaquin Garrido of the Phoenix Pulse Racing Team topping race 4. Race weekend caught up with 3 of the participants of the 2021 GT Formula V1 Race Challenge a few days after the exciting race weekend, and all 3 were still pumped up by the racing, including multi-titled Slalom King Milo Rivera, who found out how much he missed racing.
There were a lot of expectations entering the race, and it came along with some pressure. So obviously we had to do our part in preparing for everything. But overall, me being back on the track itself, me going through the season, me taking things seriously once again in terms of driving competitively, it's something I really missed after a long time.
Joaquin Garrido, a 15-year karter, was the surprise of round 1. One of 2 discoveries of this year's Phoenix Pulse Young Drivers program, Garrido found himself on the podium in all 4 races held, topping the final one.
Well, that weekend was truly something special for me since it's only my second time doing car races. So we weren't expecting that much. We wanted to join this event mostly to gain seat time and experience with the car. We weren't really expecting a podium or even a win. So we were just hoping for at least a top 5. But with the practices we did, we were surprised that we were on pace with the top guys, and then the race just happened, and then we ended up on the podium.
The other member of the Phoenix Pulse Racing Team competing in the GT Formula V1 Challenge is Ira Medrano, the only woman driver in the competition. A veteran of grassroots racing, including impressive stints in past Vios Cup seasons. Ira found the transition to one-seater GT V1 Cup racing, quite challenging. But she still managed to score a P4 finish in a field of 6 competitors in the AM class.
Super grateful po ako kasi first of all, I'm a sponsored driver po under Phoenix Racing Team. Ngayon lang po ako naging sponsored driver and big name po talaga siya. So, yun po, medyo nakaka-overwhelm din, ganyan. Pero super fun and exciting po kasi sobrang iba yung feeling po kakaiba siya and bago talaga sa akin. Since first time ko po talaga sa single-seaters, yun po, yung Formula V1.
When asked about her plans for December, Ira showed she is determined to do better in the second round of the GT Formula V1 Challenge slated on the last month of the year.
First of all, syempre po, maka-podium siguro kasi po itong race namin, ang best finish ko po is 4th place. And yung podium po, hanggang 3rd place lang So, ayun po, parang konti na lang parang konting luck, konting ano pa, di ba? Pwede akong mag-podium. Ayun po, parang, and since alam ko sa sarili ko na kulang pa yung pacing ko, kulang pa yung practice ko, I think sa December, I'll aim for the podium po. And if kung saswertehin po or sana mag-champion po. Kahit sa isang race or yun po, kung saswertehin, yun lang po yung goal ko. Makasabay ako sa mga competitors ko sa pacing nila and maka-podium po.
Both Garrido and Medrano are grateful to Phoenix Pulse for the opportunity to compete in the company's colors.
I would like to thank Phoenix Petroleum, Stawson Racing, and all my other sponsors for supporting me and helping me be where I am today.
I would like to thank Phoenix and Stawson Racing for this opportunity po. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for the trust. I promise to do my best, my 110% sa December po. Promise ko po yan. And ayun po, let's help together in this journey to, bring the Phoenix brand to the top, especially here sa Formula V1.
JP Tuason expects the second and final round of the 2021 GT Formula V1 Race Challenge to be even more exciting and challenging. And hopefully by then, fans can come and watch the races.
So our next round is going to be in December. So there's a long break between round 1 and round 2. There's 4 races per weekend, so 8 races in total. It allows the drivers to do a lot of testing in between to get ready. And because a lot of the drivers are new to the series, it'll make it very, very competitive coming into round 2. All of the races will be here at the Clark International Speedway. And coming into race 7 and 8, we're going to be giving double points, so that allows the drivers that haven't done so well this weekend to catch up.
We can only imagine how the racers, both in pro and AM classes, are eagerly awaiting to get back on the track again for round 2. We too can't wait to cover the races on track.